What if the deadliest warrior isn't the strongest, but the one who adapts faster than anyone else? Because across more than 2,000 years, lethality evolves. Bronze blades, shield walls, cavalry charges, Viking axes, samurai duels, artillery, sniper rifles. And here's the twist. Each era creates a different kind of monster. We're going in chronological order, and every time history moves forward, the battlefield changes, and the way people kill changes with it. Let's start with a king who didn't lead from a throne. He led from the point of impact. Most rulers watched from a distance. Alexander charged first. At 16, he was already commanding troops. By his 20s, he was leading cavalry directly into enemy lines. Not behind his men, in front of them. He fought at the most dangerous point on the battlefield, the tip of the companion cavalry. He was wounded multiple times. An arrow through the lung, blades cutting into bone, skull fractures. Most men would have died from one of those injuries. Alexander kept advancing. And when an army sees the king himself charging at full speed, something shifts. Fear spreads. Momentum builds. He wasn't just a strategist, he was a weapon. Spartacus began as a soldier. Then he became a slave. Then he became property. And then he became Rome's nightmare. Trained as a gladiator, he learned close quarters killing. No space, no retreat, no mercy. He escaped with about 70 gladiators, 70, and turned them into an army. Then he defeated Roman forces, again and again. Rome feared humiliation more than defeat. Spartacus delivered both. For 2 years, a former slave destabilized the Roman Republic. Not through numbers, through skill, through speed, through brutal adaptability. Now the Viking Age. War becomes personal. Axes collide, shields splinter, mud mixes with blood. Ivar the Boneless led the great heathen army into England in 865. Kingdoms fell, cities burned. His nickname remains debated, but his reputation was not. Viking warfare required endurance, brutality, close quarters fearlessness. Ivar didn't just raid, he destabilized nations. Some warriors win battles. Ivar erased kingdoms. Now we move into medieval Europe, an age of steel, mud, and mounted combat. William Marshall wasn't famous for one battle. He was famous for surviving all of them. He trained as a knight from adolescence. He fought in real wars and in tournaments that were anything but sport. Tournaments were chaotic mass fights. Weapons were real. Armor failed. Men died. Marshall reportedly defeated hundreds of opponents across decades. He served 5 English kings and lived long enough to become a legend while still alive. In medieval combat, longevity equals dominance. He wasn't flashy, he was relentless. Before he ruled an empire, Temujin was starving, abandoned, hunted by rival tribes. From around age 13, he lived in constant warfare. Steppe combat meant mounted archery at full speed, raids at dawn, ambushes in open plains, survival in brutal climates. He learned early, mobility beats size, discipline beats chaos, fear multiplies power. Every Mongol warrior was deadly, but Temujin became lethal long before he became Genghis Khan. He survived when others didn't, and that survival became the foundation of conquest. Now the battlefield shrinks. 2 men, 2 blades, 1 survives. Musashi fought his first duel at 13. He won. He went on to fight more than 60 duels. He never lost. These were not friendly contests. They were live blade death matches. He mastered timing, psychological pressure, unpredictability. Sometimes he arrived late, deliberately, to disrupt his opponent's focus. Because in a duel, the mind breaks before the body does. Musashi didn't overpower enemies. He out-timed them and walked away every time. Now gunpowder dominates the battlefield. Firearms, artillery, structured armies. But Nader Shah was forged in tribal warfare. He began fighting in his teens, rose from poverty, and built one of Persia's most feared armies. Then came the invasion of India, the sack of Delhi, one of the most devastating conquests of the era. He combined cavalry aggression with firearm discipline, old world ferocity, new world firepower. He adapted. And adaptation is what keeps warriors deadly as warfare evolves. Napoleon began as a 16-year-old artillery officer. Before he ruled Europe, he mastered mathematics of destruction. He understood terrain, timing, concentration of force. At Austerlitz, at Jena, at Wagram, he shattered armies not through brute strength, but through speed. Once he controlled momentum, his enemies were already behind. His weapon wasn't a sword, it was tempo. He turned war into calculated movement, and for more than a decade, Europe could not stop him. Now lethality becomes silent. Winter War, Finland versus Soviet Union. Sub-zero temperatures, snowfields, absolute stillness. Heiha used iron sights instead of a scope to avoid reflection. He packed snow in front of his rifle to hide muzzle flash. He controlled his breathing to remain invisible. Over 500 confirmed kills in under 100 days. That isn't aggression. That's precision at scale. He didn't charge. He waited. The enemy often never knew he was there. Ancient warriors relied on shock. Heiha relied on invisibility. Modern warfare demands more than bravery. It demands precision under pressure. Pavlichenko entered World War II at 24. She recorded 309 confirmed kills, including dozens of enemy snipers. Sniper duels are psychological warfare. Hours, sometimes days, of waiting. One mistake and it's over. She fought through siege conditions, artillery bombardment, and constant threat. Her targets weren't random. Officers, machine gunners, other snipers. In modern combat, one bullet can shift an engagement. Across 2 millennia, lethality transformed.